unfortunately, our community seems to be affected by this pandemic, but we're here to tell the devil he is still alive. Now, if God did it for one, he can do it for somebody.
That's right.
I may be different, but I still believe in prayer. Anybody who believes prayer works? And it don't matter what comes, but God is still there, but fail. And I believe it's here to ask the question, is there anything too hard for God? Is there anything too hard for God to do? But you'd like to give me a few minutes in the word to thank God for those who the temple that came with us on this evening to be with us here on tonight and a full day tomorrow. And I too must get ready to prepare for tomorrow. And thank God for our worship leader that did such a wonderful job also. Just the word. The Lord dropped something in my spirit that I was asked. Cece called me and asked me to come. And I didn't know her, but I was glad to put a face to the name. And we figured out because we love God and we love the word of the Lord and the people of the Lord. St. Mark, chapter number 2. Mark, chapter number 2. Let me just give you a few words, and I guess I'll discuss very quickly. Chapter number 2, verse number 1 down to verse, I'll probably read longer than I preach, but I do want you to hear the word of the Lord. 1 through 7. 1 through 7. The word of the Lord. And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that he was in the house. And straightway many were gathered together, insomuch that there was no room to receive them, no, not so much as about the door. And he preached the word unto them. And they come unto him, bringing one sick of a palsy, which was borne of 4, which was carried aboard by 4, transported, borne of 4. Somehow they helped the sick person, which was borne by 4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was, and when they had broke it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay. When Jesus saw their faith, he said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. Look at verse number 6. But there were certain of the scribes sitting there and reasoning in their hearts, why does this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only? I'll draw a subject from the text, verse number 3 and 4. And they come unto him, bringing one sick of a palsy, which was borne of 4, carried of 4, transported of 4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was, and when they had broke it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay. Would you look at your neighbor? Just repeat after me. Say, neighbor. Neighbor. Just look at them. They won't bite you. They bite you right back. We got to go to church tomorrow. Say, neighbor. Neighbor. Don't try. Don't Can I talk for about 5 minutes? Don't drive. The text is full. I don't have time to exhaust it. In order to understand chapter number 2, you got to read chapter number 1 to really understand what was happening here in the text. The text tells us that Jesus was preaching in, and he grew up in Nazareth, as you know. He was born there, preached there. But you remember when he went back there to carry out his ministry, he had to remove his headquarters from Nazareth down to Capernaum. The reason he had to move down from Nazareth into Capernaum was that when he went back to Nazareth, at being 30 years old, the reason Jesus had to wait for 30 years old, because in the Bible days, in the Jewish tradition, a person could not become a priest until he was at least 30 years old. It was not that Jesus had to be educated, had to know anything, had to go to seminary or anywhere else, but it was just a custom of the law. The Bible said he came not to destroy the law, but to fulfill the law. He had to fulfill the law in every iota. So in order to fulfill the law, he had to wait until he was at least 30 years old in order to minister the word of the Lord. So at 30 years old, he goes back to Nazareth, and as you remember when he went there, you read the text, and we didn't read it tonight, we read it the before. He went back to Nazareth, and the Bible says because of unbelief, He could not do any miracles there. Remember that text? So it was in his hometown, his home city, his own backyard that he could not work miracles. So the Bible said he had to remove his headquarters from Nazareth and move right up the street. I moved from New England down to Stratford or Milford or West Haven. He had to move from Nazareth and go to Capernaum in order to carry out his priestly ministry as a prophet in the earth realm. So now he moves his headquarters from Nazareth to Capernaum.